Guys, good morning, happy morning, and we have Bia joining us today. She is an image consultant, she is a fashion enthusiast. She loves to be around with people, party all the time, work hard, party hard. So, that's the mantra, and the entire family is around fashion. And today she is joining us to review a movie. It's an old movie. It's 2013 released movie called Side Effects, and she is here to review that. She is here to promote this particular movie. So, Bia, why did you choose this particular movie from 2013?
So, Ravi, the reason I chose this movie is actually by sheer fluke because I happened to be, just flipping through channels on Netflix and I came across this movie, Side Effects. The name kind of intrigued me and I got down to watching it. And when I actually watched it, I absolutely loved it. It really left an impression in my mind more than anything else. And I told everybody I know after that to watch the movie because I totally loved the storyline. It is not the usual kind of movie that I watch. Usually, I love romantic movies, comedy movies, but this is a bit different from the movies that I watch normally. So this is a very well plotted. It's got twists in every, after every 10 to 15 minutes, you'll have a major twist in the story. It's a psychological thriller. So I think another reason why I love this movie is because I am going to be doing a movie very soon where I am playing a similar role, which is
God.
and considering I have studied psychology in school and college, of course, it's been my favorite subject. And I'm doing this role of a forensic scientist. So, when I saw the name and the storyline of the movie, I thought, wow, this is something very similar, so I must watch it. And of course, when I started watching it, I was in awe, like totally in awe. One of the best movies I have seen in a very, very long time. So this movie is made by Steven Soderbergh. He's
Mhm.
one of the most popular directors in Hollywood. He's made big movies like Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12. He's made, there was this movie that came out in 2012, which has now in the COVID times become very popular, The Contagion, which is about how, very similar to what we are going through at the moment. So that was made by him. And even Erin Brockovich is made by him. So apparently, this is one of the last movies he claims he's making. So that's another reason, if you are his fan, you must watch this movie because he has claimed that this is the last movie he's making. But the
Oh,
movie is extremely interesting in the sense that it starts with a very simple storyline where this wife goes to meet her husband in prison. He's been in prison for 4 years, and she goes to get him out. And then the story unfolds in a way where it says that she's got depression. She's going through severe depression because her husband was away. She was on her own for 4 years. After a year of them being married, he went to prison. So she went into severe depression. And how she meets a psychologist who is played by Jude Law. He's Dr. Banks in this movie, and he helps her through medication to, get over her depression, and how this medication, the medication that he gives her, becomes a huge thing. And, one thing leads to the other. And there are so many twists in this movie at every, and after, like I said, every 10 to 15 minutes there's a huge wow moment, and you feel like, how is this happening, and till the end, Ravi, even till the end, there is a twist at every level. So you're literally sitting at the edge of your seat that now what's going to happen next. So a complete suspense thriller, a very intelligently made movie. You've got to be thinking all the time. And also, I would say it's a bit dark at times because, I don't want to reveal too much about the movie because I want
yeah.
everyone to watch it. So I don't want to say out everything. But trust me, all of you who are listening to this, you will thank me that I told you to watch this movie because,
Wow.
like I said, it's very offbeat, very unlike what I like, but really, really interesting. A complete, and even the color scheme that they've used in the movie is absolutely apt. It goes really well with the subject line. And how they've used a drug as the epicenter of the movie, and how the movie rotates around that one drug, and how it's controlling everybody's lives, it's controlling all the relationships in the movie. So there's lots to it, which is very, very interesting. And of course, another big thing which I loved is that the cast is really good. We've got Jude Law. He's one of my favorites. We've got Catherine Zeta-Jones, who's
Yeah,
also
he's
playing
my
the role of a psychologist. And actually, to be honest, everybody, I think, has done such a brilliant role. They've performed their roles so brilliantly. So, yeah, so there was everything which I liked about the movie. The cast, of course, the director who's made the movie is brilliant. The storyline is brilliant. The whole suspense thriller bit is brilliant. Everything about the movie I thought was brilliant. So if I had to rate the movie, I would definitely give it, say, a 4.5 over a 5. I mean, I rarely do that. And I think this was one of the better movies I've seen in a long, long time.
super. So who's this movie for? Which mood should we see this?
So, like I said, it's a suspense thriller. It has a little bit of a dark side to it. So, if you're in a very happy-go-lucky mood, which I usually am, and I usually watch those kind of movies, I won't suggest watch this. If you are in and up to watch a suspense thriller, and it's not scary in any way, but it's full of suspense. So, but I would not recommend it for children, because there are certain scenes which can be a little stressful for them. There's a little bit of blood, there's a little bit of all of that. So definitely not for children. It says, even if you watch the movie, it says above 18. But if you're in the mood, like I said, for a very serious, a very thought-provoking movie, and if you love suspense thrillers, it's psychological thrillers, then this is it for you. So this is for people who love those kind of movies.
Okay. Based on your review, what dominated the most? Was that the script, or the characters that were played, or the heroes or the main lead who played the role, or was it the direction and the music? So which one you know uh, got the priority in the entire? Which one is the
Actually,
reason for?
everything that you mentioned right now, Ravi, was brilliant. The music in this movie, they have instrumental music which plays in the background. Every time, there's a thought provoking scene coming, there's a beautiful instrumental music that plays. I don't know who's played that music, but it's very, very soothing. I really loved that music. It's still playing in my head as we are talking. So the music was definitely something that stood out for me. And of course, the direction is amazing, because the way the director has if you come to think of it, it's a very simple story line, but the way he's depicted the story, and the way he's intermingled all the characters with each other, like I said, through that one drug. So the direction is absolutely brilliant. But I think what really, really stood out for me in the movie was Jude Law, who plays the role of Dr. Banks, the main psychologist in the movie. Of course, Catherine Zeta-Jones was also very good, but Jude Law, the way he cracks all the little twists, and of course, he's a fantastic actor. He's brilliant. So he really stood out in this movie, and his acting was phenomenal. The way he's portrayed everything in the movie. He was acting definitely my favorite character. Even the main girl in the movie, her name is Moray something. I haven't seen her in too many movies, but she is amazing with her acting. I mean, her acting skills, I have to give her that, because at in one screen she's very different, and in the other screen you'll see she's completely flipped. So acting skills 10 on 10 to her, definitely. And like I said, I haven't seen her in too many movies, but phenomenal actress. So yeah, a lot of things about the movie really, really stood out for me. But I think Jude Law definitely was my favorite character in the movie. The way he's portrayed his character, he's done a phenomenal job.
Which is the best scene that, if you have to recollect one good scene, or something which you
Yes,
really
I
love?
know which. So it's right in the middle of the movie, and unfortunately, I can't talk about it, because that is that changes the whole course of the movie. But it's like, your jaw drops in that scene in the movie. It's right in the, I think it's in about 45 minutes. The movie is about 1 hour 45 minutes. So maybe at about 45-50 minutes, there's this particular scene where the whole story changes, and after that, the whole story in the whole storyline is a different level altogether. So that is, for me, that is the wow moment. But I can't talk about it, because if I tell you, that's like the whole, I'll reveal the whole movie, because it's that kind of scene. But that is really, really amazing, that scene. It's when Jude Law is sitting with this girl, and he's interrogating her as the psychologist, and he gives her saline water instead of the real drug. And then the repercussions, and how things unfold and how things come up. That is the main scene for me in the movie. Yeah, very, very interesting.
Superb. So thank you, Bia. Thanks a lot for reviewing this particular movie. I mean, the way you mentioned, I think मेरे को भी देखना पड़ेगा. And
You must. I
so
highly recommend, Ravi. You have to watch it. You have to watch it, and make sure that your wife watches it as well. Your son is grown up, so make sure he watches it as well, because it's really interesting. Like, I made my husband watch it, because he hadn't seen it when I saw it, so I made sure he watched it, and I've been recommending it to all my friends. And to everybody listening to this, they must watch it. And trust me, guys, you will thank me for it.
sure. So Bia, what's your before we end the show, what's your favorite way of watching a movie? Is it like somewhere in the afternoons, kabhi bhi time mila to jab, or like my preference is like late night, like around 8-9 o'clock, when kids are asleep, it's dark, there are no other sounds around. That's what I prefer to do it. What's your style?
So
What's your
mine is pretty
preference?
much the same, Ravi, because I have a very hectic, super hectic schedule. And in the daytime, there is absolutely no way I can sit in peace and watch a movie. So, like you said, it's only when the kids kind of go to bed, you put them to bed, and then, you've had your dinner, there's peace, there's quiet, there's not darkness, but I like to watch all my movies with the lights on, especially movies like this. But it's just that, yeah, in the nighttime at about 10 o'clock or so is when I settle down into bed. And then I'm ready for a nice movie, or, these different series which are coming on Netflix nowadays. So that's my favorite time to sit and chill with my green tea. I always have my green tea before sleeping at night. So with my green tea, that's the perfect thing to kind of do. Yeah. So that's what my husband and I usually, that's what we end up doing, about 2 hours of binge
Movie time.
watching before we go to sleep. Yeah.
Super. Thanks a lot, Bia. Thanks for joining us again. Bia is our old friend, so friends, do connect with her if you need any help with respect to fashion, image consulting, coaching. Getting that image of yours right, if you're really serious about excelling in your life. So thanks a lot, Bia. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ravi. And just to let you know that I'm also doing a movie, like I mentioned,
Right.
we are going to be starting the shooting very soon, and it should be out. Can't disclose too much about it, but I'm really excited, because I've
Oh,
never, acted in a movie before. So I've got the role of, a forensic scientist. I'm playing a Punjabi girl.
oh my God.
So really excited, looking forward to it. It'll be a brilliant experience. I know that. So I'm just eagerly waiting for the shooting to start now.
All the best, do well. All the best to the entire crew who's making this. So
Thank you.
yeah, हम उसको भी review करेंगे on this
बिल्कुल,
one.
उसके लिए भी रिव्यू के लिए you have to call me, then we will review my movie.
Sure. Thank
Thank
you,
you
Bia.
so much for having me on your show, Ravi. It's always a pleasure. This is, I think, the third time I am coming on
Yes,
your show. I came with my whole family, and then I did an individual one. So this is the third one. So thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be on your show.
thank you, Bia. God bless.
Thank you so much.
Bye, friends.